that. Like,
And
You know what it's like having a
four
female,
on that
right?
all-seeing eyes? What is that crap?
you got -7.
What are these negatives?
Why does he have a -7 on that?
Which character is it?
Brad?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know where he's rolling off of.
His all-seeing eyes
Lying.
don't work.
Come on, man. Think about it. Yeah, I see it now. Oh,
It's a joke.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what the? It's like, right?
So you try to make eye contact with somebody when you're blind, but like if you actually succeed, you send them to the underworld. That's fucking stupid.
What's it against? What do they have to roll to save? That's what I want to know.
Wisdom?
Yeah, what is
I
this?
guess.
What's the save?
I guess wisdom.
Is it a will save?
Wearing a blindfold.
Or would it be
Yeah.
perception?
Oh, I mean, that's true. The character actually does wear a blindfold, so if he could actually make eye contact, that would be pretty impressive to begin with. Yeah. All right.
Anyway, we're
We
ready.
ready?
We good to
Yeah,
go?
let's go.
Everybody here?
Yeah.
Okay. We're just gonna start from the beginning
All right.
from last time. So we're not where we left off, but we're redoing it.
Be honest with you, I 100% don't remember what happened there in that time anyway, so it's perfect.
We just got out of combat with Destructo bots,
That's right.
and Zim was analyzing them.
Yes, we killed the bots, and we discovered there was a strange module in them. That's right.
So here we go. Last time, our heroes started to make their journey to fight back against the Empire. Rin, who had spent most of her previous year helping Damas rebuild his orphanage program and training as one of his priestesses, met with her patron deity. Worried for her safety as she has been assisting the Iron Tempest in their war efforts, she was given a very special gift from the party god, former Iron Tempest member Piety's shield, and his wife, the legendary paladin Tifa's armor. Gathering to travel to Brigada proper to start their journey to the gnomish capital of home, Rin met with Brad, Tybalt, Kimmy, and Nella as they traveled through the astral gate built by Horus. On the other side, it was a brief reunion with Violet, Aoi, Naran, Binks, and Wilma, as another familiar face was revealed to be the group's guide to the Silver Sands, the gnomish artificer Tonvar Roderick, who with some very noticeable upgrades. As the group made their way in one of Wilma's carriages, they talked, played games, and got into a little bit of trouble with the horses, but eventually met with Kimmy's brother, and Tonvar's brother-in-arms, Devlin Throttlelock, waiting at the edge of the desert for them with a gnomish caravan. The group entered into the large mechanical creature and traveled, a little roughly, through the sands. When the journey was over, they arrived at the gargantuan capital city of Home, a giant metal beetle that the gnomes had claimed as their own and modified to withstand the harsh climate of the desert. Inside, unsure of where to start first, our heroes debated on which route they should take. And while a few started shopping and others decided to make their way towards Kelleray, two giant mechanical beings burst out of a repair shop wall and started murdering innocents in the streets. The group leapt into action to stop the rampaging robots, and after a hard-fought battle and a rather sticky situation, they were victorious. Now, as Tonvar has determined the cause of the automaton's outburst, our heroes once more decide their route through the city.
We got to go to 8, right? On the map.
No, we were going through 8 because 8 had the bazaars.
Yeah, I think that's
I remember that much.
the routing because we were trying to go through the marketplace.
But we're
And
starting
then
over,
get to
so we're not
Kelleray.
even left yet. So
Yep,
Yeah.
don't know that yet, technically.
So we're right at the part where like Tonbar was like checking the bots.
Right, yeah.
Correct. I think that's where we left off. Is where I had analyzed the Tonvar had analyzed the modules, the control modules, and we had determined that there was slightly different rune patterns and we were.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Do you recognize where those patterns are from?
So, out of character, I do not remember if I had begun that part of the analysis, but I believe that I was attempting to start identifying.
Yeah. Devlin even kind of helps you a little bit, and it just, I don't get it. This doesn't make any sense at all.
What is it, Devlin?
It's... I don't know. I mean, I think it's coming from somewhere in here, but these runes are different from anything I've ever seen. He's kind of like turning it over in his hands.
That's concerning.
Go ahead and roll just a general intelligence check.
Say that one more time. You're breaking up for me.
Roll a general intelligence check.
Gotcha.
Best information you can pull while looking over this thing, the runes aren't gnomish. So...
And it's not any language that I recognize, then.
Not any that you would recognize, no.
Well, it seems like these runes are not in Gnomish to begin with, and they're not any known language to me. Does anybody recognize the script?
I'll look at the runes. Do I recognize it?
Roll intelligence with advantage.
Is it written in bear? Because otherwise, I'm going to guess
Wait a minute.
I don't.
No, hang on. You actually... Okay, roll intelligence again, Tonbar. Sorry, I forgot one.
Yeah, because I do read Draconic and Infernal, so... Hold on.
We'll take the first one. No,
It was an intelligence save.
Yeah.
So it doesn't...
always how
So,
that
yeah,
goes.
so same
it's a good
information.
save to a shitty check.
Save information that you had before, so you can roll with advantage.
Well, yeah, the save gets your proficiency bonus, so it's always going to be higher than a just straight check.
They look like squiggly lines to me.
Yeah, pretty much.
We'll have to take more time to analyze this. Perhaps I can find a reference library in home.
Yeah, I mean, sure. There's one in fuck. Where's the 6, 4, 3, 4? That one.
Module 4?
Right. Wait, not 4.
Well, I think I know where I'm going to be spending a little bit of time here.
Not 4.
Start scribbling notes into his notebook while copying the script and the design of the module. Kind of mumbles to himself as he works.
Wait, no, not 4. 6. Wait, we're in 6. This one.
Oh, well, that makes things simple.
Yeah, this is usually where the college parks. So they've got a library. I think it's down that street over there. Actually,
As he points down to an alleyway.
Does anybody want to come with me while I go do this research?
Would any of us be helpful doing the research?
Perhaps.
Books are hard.
Very well.
I don't think
Where should we meet later?
I believe we still want to go to the Church of Kellerite to talk to her, and possibly try to get an audience with the Clock King.
Send a message to me if you're going to be anywhere other than the Temple of Kellerite. And he'll gather his automatons and begin moving towards the library.
Okay. The rest of you, what would you like to do? So, we'll say at this point, Devlin has given you all the map. As he kind of walks up to a one of the stalls that's sitting around the outer ring of this docking area.
yeah, I'll take that one there. Okay,
Yeah, cool, thanks. And he grabs his giant metal plate and brings it back. All right, here you go.
map. It really just kind of points out the different docking areas for the satellites, but depending on which one you go to, they all have various shops and businesses and things that kind of cater to whatever was supposed to be there.
And do we know where the church is?
Right here, as he points to a giant K that's kind of in the middle of the
That would make sense.
central structure itself. Yeah. Yeah, there's a
So quickest way would be through 8.
yeah, from here going back through 8, and then there should be a road that cuts right back into the central atrium. There's quite a few shops and stuff down there too, but it's mostly a religious district. People go in there to worship.
Is there a thrift shop?
There might be one in 2.
But that's way over there.
Yeah. That's usually where all the salvage comes in, though.
But it's way over there. But we got to go to K, so it's just right on the other side of K, or Church of Kellery.
That's true.
Still a pretty good walk, though. And keep in mind, this place is massive. I mean, within the central dome that you're in currently, you do see like these other larger domes within the structure itself. Obviously, the main atrium where the Church of Kellery is. You can see that from where you are. It kind of towers over the rest of the city itself. But based on the way this map works is the space between 6 and 8, probably a good 4 miles.
That's a walk. Is there any way to travel that quicker? Do you guys have like buses or like anything like that?
Buses? What are buses?
I don't think they'll fit in the tubes. Oh wait, I'm not there. Never mind.
Yeah, I mean, we got like these suction tubes that the gnomes can jump in, and they usually use that. For people who actually like, I don't know, want to take the scenic route, we do have those. As he points to a buggy that seems to be pulled by some kind of mechanical horse.
How much does that cost?
It's usually about 3 or 4 copper per person.
I say we take those.
That's probably the best way to go.
How big are the tubes?
They're gnome-sized.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're designed for gnomes.
If I think small thoughts, is it possible?
I mean, anything is possible, but I don't know how healthy it would be for you to try.
Damn. That sounds like a really fun mode of transportation.
It really does. Rin is considering this.
Do you have a tourist tube?
No, we don't ever have tourists. And again, as you all are looking around, you do notice that a lot of the gnomes are kind of eyeing all of you very suspiciously.
A city that doesn't plan for even any bit of tourism? Doesn't seem very well planned.
No, we stay on the move. And usually nobody wants to come here anyway, like, it's just us.
I guess we're taking the buggy, aren't we?
Yes.
I think so.
Okay. Alright, well, Tomvar, good luck, I guess.
What's the best way to get
I think Convar's already moved on
Oh, he's
towards
already
the
left?
library at this
Okay.
point. Yeah.
Alright.
What's the best way to get in contact with Tonvar? Do you guys have like a communication system on this thing?
Yeah, I can buzz him if we need him. As he kind of points to the badge that's on his shirt.
Do you just push a
Sounds
button and
good.
it buzzes him?
Yeah, it's a special magical link that all the Clockwork Knights have together.
So it buzzes everybody.
No, within range.
Okay.
Will he be within range?
Yeah, as long as he's in the city.
Is it a big red button?
How do we, are you gonna drive this thing? Or do we have to learn how to drive it? Devlin.
I mean, he's gonna drive it as he points to the gnome that's sitting in the front seat.
Oh. Well, that's good.
Devlin, your friends are weird. Right. Anywho, 3 copper per person. See, 3 for me, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, 6.
Yeah, just pay for everybody.
Okay, so 1 silver, 2 copper. Wait, no. 1 silver, 8 copper.
I'll just...
Okay. So as you all file into this carriage, it's open air, but the horse also looks kind of odd. And there aren't reins, there's some kind of wheel in front of this smaller gnome.
So it's like a horse car?
Kind of.
It's like the steering shaft going up the horse's butt.
No, is not.
Oh, disappointing. Such a comedic point there.
I will say, if you want, you can do... Whoever wants can do an investigation check. Just a quick overlook.
Sure, I like to look at things. Let's see.
Is it like
Investigation, that's so weak for me.
putting out any exhaust or anything?
Oh, yes. No, Ren, it looks like a horse. I mean, that's definitely a horse. You can assume the crankshaft is right up its ass.
Did you say it is putting out exhaust?
It is, actually. There is this thick black smoke that seems to be pouring out the back end of it.
What is like the air quality in this place, like in general?
Surprisingly good. As you look overhead, you do see a series of vents that seem to kind of be opening and closing every once in a while, leading out into the actual world.
So they're polluting the hell out of the outside world. Got it. Are there other like mechanical animals around, like cute ones?
So do they actually just vent directly out, or do they have some sort of filtration?
You're not here, so you can't really ask that question, but I will say, you would know that they do have a filtration system to kind of purify the air slightly. It's not still not very clean, but...
Right. I would think they would want to do that just to, like, reduce their signature in general, too. Like, so... I mean, it's hard to hide something this size, but they wouldn't want to necessarily draw even more attention to it.
I mean, these are also gnomes in a fantasy world, and I don't really think they care about their carbon footprint that much. They just don't want people to die.
No, it's not about that. I would think... yeah, I mean... I would think that the filtration would mostly be about, like, not drawing more attention.
Yeah, he was saying kind of like, so people don't know where they are.
Oh,
yeah, it's just
as much. Yeah,
don't worry.
That's not really an issue anyway. I mean, this thing can be seen from miles away whenever it's surfaced.
Yeah.
So they know where it is. It's just it moves around a lot, so it's hard to keep up with it. Which is why you have to have special
if you spot it, if you're within range of spotting it, you're going to spot it, kind of thing.
So, how fast is it moving? Is it like, can you feel the movement of the big city, like as you're standing still, or is it just like?
Well, right now it's not moving, so.
Unnoticeable. Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it's currently stationary and surfaced. So.
Okay.
Which might be something you need to look into.
Well, off we
Was
go.
that comment about like when they're gonna burrow again, or?
Don't know actually.
Maybe? Okay.
So as all of you fall into this carriage, you see the guy up front. All right, just go to 8.
No, we're going to the Church Kellery.
Kellerite. All right. Well, I'll take you all the way there if you want.
We can check out 8. It's an 8. That was the shops. Let's go
There's
shopping.
a couple of magic shops and things in 8.
Okay, I guess we're stopping at 8.
All right. All right, everybody buckle up. As he kind of turns a key, you see the horse in front of him start like rumbling and shaking, and there's more of this smoke that starts billowing out the back end of it. And there we go. And as you tear off down this metallic street, as you start traveling towards Sector 8. As you come up on it, there is another one of these large holes in the floor, like you came up through 6. I mean, you all came up through a service entrance. But there is this massive docking area, basically, that the satellites get pulled up into whenever they're actually coming back to home. This place in particular, though, this area is... Let's see... This is actually where they are keeping 9 currently. But it's not there. But this is where 9 comes to dock, even though this is Sector 8.
So satellite 9 comes to 8.
Yep.
What satellites are currently docked in home?
Wait. Who are you asking that? Sorry.
Isn't that gnome guy with us?
Yeah, oh, that one. Sorry. Yeah, I got too many NPCs running around right now. Yeah, so 9 usually comes here because they had to move 8 to 7, and 7 has to dock at 9. Because...
Why?
Well, 8's stuck in 7 right now. They're trying to keep it out of the way.
How'd that happen?
Something about an energy leak from some of the fuel cells. It's kind of made the place dangerous to even enter.
So 7 is completely off limits right now?
Yeah. They've been trying to get a cleanup crew in there for months, but every time they even get close to it, they start complaining about getting burned. I don't know.
That's not good.
No, it's really not.
Is anyone concerned that like that whole thing is unstable and may blow up?
We really don't know. We haven't been able to get anybody in there to look at it.
Is it smart to keep it docked in home?
No, we don't know where else we're going to put it. Besides, we're able to siphon some of the energy off of it still. I think it's okay.
And are you sure no one can get in or out?
Oh yeah, it's on complete lockdown.
No one.
It's on complete lockdown. We got the whole thing sealed up. We sent some people in to put over big metal plates over the doors and keep anybody from getting in or out.
So there are just gnomes like in there, just constantly being burnt up.
Oh no! There's nobody in there. Pretty sure if there was anybody in there, they'd be dead.
How'd that happen to Satellite 8?
It's a great tragedy. Apparently there were some people that were messing with things they shouldn't have been.
Do you know any specifics?
And just that they were trying to overclock some of the cells. Didn't quite work out the way they wanted it to.
Are the cells the things that powered the airships from Borgata?
Airship? Wait. You've been on one?
Yes.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, we got those crystals that have energy that's pulled from the core here. That's what we use to power a lot of our stuff. Well, the stuff that's not connected directly to home, anyway.
And those crystals are the things that are leaking.
Yeah, we think the ones they were using, though, were of a lower power level, so we think they're just kind of fizzling out. They're not really volatile. Which is why we're just kind of letting it run its course until we can actually go in and salvage the thing. We've lost satellites before, and I think we kind of want to keep this one. Look, man, I don't make those decisions.
That's a Clock King decision, right?
Yeah, that was on him.
Does he have like a council or anything, or does he just make every decision?
He's got a couple of advisors, but usually he makes most of the decisions himself.
And how was he appointed the Clock King?
I mean, his dad was king before him. His mom was queen before him. And her dad was king before her.
I get it. It's a family thing.
Yep. I mean, sure, a lot of people don't like him that much, but the good thing about the Coppercog family is that they do keep things running fairly smoothly around here, despite all the working hazards, as you hear a small explosion go off in the distance.
Is that normal?
Yep.
As the days without workplace incident sign resets.
Yep.
Sounds like an insurance claim.
What's insurance?
Fair enough.
Let's just say there's probably not an OSHA in this place.
More like an oh shit.
So probably not any druids around here, or anybody that cares about nature or anything.
The hell's a druid?
Those people that do magical animal stuff?
Oh, you mean the... Oh, okay, yeah. There's a few of those that are on the edge of the sands.
Does that mean I'm a druid?
Maybe. I don't know much about them. I just know that they can be cute things. I like cute things.
Anyway, as you're pulling up on Bay 8 here, you do notice that there are quite a few shops that seem more magical in nature. It looks like they do tend to cater towards people or who are more of the magical research profession. Several shops. You have there's tailoring shops that specialize in robes. You have magical mechanical shops that looks like they are infusing arcanotech with... It looks like they're using the energy from those cells to make devices to help people in their everyday lives. There are actual spell shops for scrolls, general magic items that seem to be coming in if they ever find anything out in the desert. Just if there's anything of the arcane, this would probably be the place to look. Only other place that would probably have more would be 4. Not 4, 6.
That's where we just came from.
This is where you just came from, yeah. I don't know why I keep saying 4. No, 6. 6 is where the college is usually parked. So there they actually have a lot of like textbooks and things, materials that the students need for their studies. Tonvar, obviously you remember you spent a lot of time in that area. You're not here, but I'm just giving that generalization.
Yeah, absolutely. I got you.
I look at Nat around like, you wanted a shop, right? This is probably the best place.
Yep, let's go see what they got at the arcane magic shop, or see what kind of weapons they got.
You want to look for a magic weapon shop?
Got one here, right?
Oh yeah, of course. This is where they develop a lot of that stuff, so, let's see. I think Gerald's place is down that way. Hey, Rob, stop right here! As you all, like, the dude immediately puts on the brakes and all of you, like, lurch forward. Oh, sorry. Do you all want me to wait, or?
Yeah, if you don't mind, I flip him a silver.
Okay. Yeah, I'll keep her running for you. As he just kind of like kicks back and puts his feet up on the dash.
But doesn't it need to just stand there and not run away?
It's not going anywhere, lady.
But you said you were going to keep him running.
It's a figure of... You know this isn't a real horse, right?
It's not?
No.
Oh.
It's just an engine with a horse head on it.
What's an engine?
It makes the thing go.
Okay, I'm bored.
Devlin, your friends are weird.
She's just
Damn, poor.
Devlin, can you guide us to these shops?
Yeah, sure. Let's see. Gerald's place is there. Naran, you see a shop with a sign on it that says magical munitions. Anything else you guys are looking for?
I guess I'll check the robe shop out since we're here.
Okay.
Is there like a pub or a bar?
Not here. There was one back in 6.
Okay, I was just curious.
Yeah, this is mostly a research area.
Is there a place to get honey?
Not.
So another explosion rips through the.
Did you say no, not here?
Yeah, not here.
Didn't you bring a bunch of honey?
I'm out.
I walk into Gerald's.
Okay.
We're gonna walk in the shop too.
Yeah,
'cause
Devlin,
why
we
not?
better go with
Yeah.
him.
What does he have? What do I see?
So, as you walk into this shop, it's one of the actual built shops that's on the outer edge of the docking area. That's kind of built into one of the large walls. As you walk in, you see lining up and down the shop itself on these large racks, these what seem to be, you don't really know. They're like these metal rods with like these pieces of wood on them that they look unusual. I mean, this is definitely a weapon shop, but you don't know what kind of weapons these are.
Do they have weapons that I do recognize?
They do. I mean, you've been around guns before. You know what they look like. I mean, several of the Manifords use them, but these look a little different from those. They're not your typical rifles.
Is there anything in here that would pique Ren's interest?
Probably not.
Is it like all guns?
Is it? Yeah.
From what you can tell, they look like guns, and that's most of what they have. There are a few other things that appear to be like some like support things. Like there's a grappling hook gun. You do notice that. There's pieces of rope and things that are hanging around chain. You do find a few odd-looking like canisters.
Never been a fan of guns.
So no bows and arrows or anything like that.
Yeah, no bows and arrows. Not here anyway. But they definitely do have a lot of these strange-looking firearms.
Hey, Mr. Mulholm, dude, do they have any other shops that sell other things?
I mean, what are you looking for?
Not these.
I mean, this is what we specialize in, and especially in this area, that's what they're going to have.
I don't know how to use these.
Fair enough.
Can I hold one?
Sure. He kind of picks one up off the rack and hands it to you.
It's not loaded, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna pull the trigger.
All right.
Is it loaded?
There is what looks to be like a can of some kind that's sitting on the checkout counter, and as you pull the trigger on it, this bolt of fire blares out the front end of this metallic stick, and you knock the can over, and it flies over the gnome that's sitting behind the counter's head. Oh shit! What the?
She's gonna drop it.
And it misfires and hits the counter again.
Poor girl.
Double face palms.
Checks out.
What the hell?
We are very, very sorry about that. What do we owe you for the damages?
Just get out!
Have a good day.
I'm sorry.
Well, and this is why we don't let foreigners in here.
So I told you I didn't know anything about him.
Why would you give her the gun? That's kind of on you too.
Yeah, that's your fault. You shouldn't have given
Probably, but I kind of figured you knew what you were doing with it. Anyway,
I know how to use
people
these,
just
and I
born
would brought a
inherently-
wand.
Do people just become born inherently with knowledge on how to use a firearm?
I mean, if you're a gnome,
You come out, you come out, and you're like, "Give me a gun." What is this, Russia?
basically.
God damn it!
Oh, the Russians with werebears. We've already talked to them.
I know.
Yes,
That just sounds Russian.
to the robe shop you mentioned?
Yeah, it's over that way as he points across the actual docking area. So it's a good ways away. But still within walking distance. It's probably about 4 or 5 blocks. Excuse me.
Alright, I guess we head over there.
Okay. As you walk your way around, again, you see several of these little stands that are kind of built up around. There's people selling magical reagents. There do seem to be peddlers that have some scrolls and things that they're trying to sell. One lady seems to be selling a bunch of like jewels that she claims are magical, but you don't sense any magic on them. So.
Does she actually believe they're magical, or is she just scamming people?
Roll a passive insight as you're walking by, I guess. She's trying to fleece people. You can tell just the way that she's saying it. That she kind of holds one stone up in front of a gnome that seems to be kind of looking things over. Oh yes, this one. It'll take care of your bunions in a week.
I just keep to myself when I keep walking.
And eventually you all make your way to the actual robe shop. It is a very fancy-looking clothier. Much nicer than the one back in Zento, for sure. I mean, that guy just kind of specializes in crappy clothing. This one, though, you can sense some kind of energy coming from the inside of it.
This place looks fancy.
Ooh.
So, what you got?
Are you going in?
Yeah, I'm going in.
Okay. Thought I was just standing outside for a second there. So yeah, as you walk in the shop itself, you're hit in the face with this smell of incense immediately. And all the cloth seems to be glowing for some reason. There's this strange light that seems to be kind of almost woven into each of the pieces. Even the tapestries on the wall seem to be glowing with some kind of energy.
It's just spewing magic right now.
Yes and no. Roll investigation. Actually, roll Arcana. There is magic coming off some of the clothes. However, the stuff that's really glowing, and it's glowing with like these weird greens and reds and blues, and there's some kind of like strange purple light that's around them. It's not that magical, actually. It's really, really faint.
So, is this guy trying to rip people off too?
Huh? No, people just like this stuff.
But it's just stuff that glows. It doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I know, it looks cool, doesn't it?
Do you have anything that does anything?
What are you looking for exactly?
A robe with something that other than a flashlight attached to it.
I mean, let me see what I got. I got this one. As he kind of pulls a robe up from behind the counter. And it seems to be glowing with a kind of reddish glow. But you also notice that it does have some abjuration magic on it.
So what's that do? It's your item.
He pulls out a flamethrower from behind his counter. And aims it down at the counter where the robe is, and just whoosh! One quick burst. And the counter is scorched, but the robe is not.
Wow, how much is that thing?
600 gold if you got it.
Does it do anything else besides stop a flamethrower?
Nah, it just resists fire.
Yeah, I gathered that. I'm already kind of fire resistant.
How?
But I'm a tiefling.
The fuck's a tiefling?
I'm half demon, kind of.
The hell?
But I'm a nice guy.
If you say so, just don't steal anything. Don't set anything on fire.
Flamethrower at your desk.
Yeah, but that was my choice.
What do you mean?
Cautious.
I look back and like that would probably be helpful for you guys who are not naturally resilient to fire. But I'm good, thank you. I go outside.
Okay. So
I really want to get to Church of Kelleray. Is anyone still shopping?
No, because Ren will screw it up for the rest of us.
Oof.
The fuck?
All right, I guess I'm gonna go back to my the buggy.
I'm going with Tybalt to the buggy.
All right.
It sounds like that's what the majority of the group is doing, so let's...
Allie's still muted. I don't know what he's doing.
Owly said he'd be right back.
Ah, I missed that.
Same with Brad.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
They're
yeah,
coming with us.
they're coming with you guys, obviously.
Brad's hand. I'm like, come this way.
Probably a good time to do whatever Zim's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be probably a good.
Yeah. So, Tavar, go ahead and roll. Let's see. Do 3 intelligence checks for me.
Okay, just straight intelligence checks. Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
So,
Decent.
as you're poring over some of the books, I mean, you're pretty familiar with the tomes in this library. This is where you spend a lot of your time researching. As you're looking over the runes once more, you do start to notice that there is a little bit of gnomish mixed in here, but you think that might just be so that you can tell the relay where it's supposed to pull from. You still can't figure out where it's going to, though. However, you do realize that a lot of it is written in Infernal, and not just like your common run-of-the-mill Infernal. This is complex shit.
Okay.
Somebody has a very firm grasp on how this language works.
Interesting. I'm trying to think of a way. So there's nothing in the reference tomes that I have access to here that would give me any further insight at this point then, huh?
I would say, based on your research that you've done with the Infernal Combustion Engine that you've put together, the runes that you were using to trap the demonic souls in there were obviously not as complex as this. However, they got the job done. This is way more advanced than that.
So would it be safe to assume it would have to be somebody that's either a native speaker of the Infernal or something similar to that?
Native speaker of the Infernal, or someone with a very strong connection to it.
Okay.
I would say you would probably even determine that this could be used over extreme distances.
Okay. So is there any other insight based off of the complexity other than that it has to be somebody who has a very strong knowledge or native speaker, can be transferred, the connection could be extreme distances. Is there anything else I glean out of that?
Let's see. Unfortunately, not with the 13 in the middle.
Okay. Do I know of any gnomes other than myself that have in particular been studying Infernal for any purpose in home?
I mean, Devlin's been helping you, and a lot of them know it. I mean, after you figured out the process of how to make the engines work, you started teaching several understudies as to how to refine the process.
But in home, in home of the gnomes, I'm probably the most knowledgeable.
Right, you would be.
Of Infernal. Okay. So it's safe to assume whoever did this came from outside home, even if it was maybe using people inside home to establish these modules or install the module. The creation had to have come from out of home.
Yeah, I mean,
is what I'm gathering from it.
Yeah,
from this.
I mean, that's what you could glean from your research.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Do I feel like if I spent more time, I could get any additional insight, or would it be safe to assume that I've reached the limits of the current resources in the area?
Yeah, from what you have there, that's probably all you can gather.
Okay, so I'll make my way towards the Temple of Kelleray with my notes. Then I'll make sure everything's well documented in my in my notebook and move on.
We'll say that you walk up to one of the tubes. There is a tube attendant that's standing out front. Good afternoon, Mr. Roderick.
Good afternoon. I need to get to the Temple of Kelleray if we could calibrate the tube.
Gotcha. As he kind of like pulls a couple of switches and turns a big wheel, and then as he beats on it, the hatch opens, and you feel this.
And I'll send the automatons through first, and then follow.
Yep. As all of you pop into the tube, boop, boop, boop. And the door shuts behind you, and you're going off to the temple. Okay, so everyone else.
Are we going to Keller right now? The church?
Well, you've got back in the carriage, and this is a good bit ways away on this road. As you're driving on this metallic road, though, over on your right-hand side, as you look back out across, you can actually see the residential area of the city, where most of the gnomes live. You do see those pipes that kind of snake their way around, that they use to kind of move from place to place. You see several other pipes that seem to be connected to the houses themselves. And then over on the left-hand side, you see this barren pit. There's scrap all in it, but it doesn't seem to be anything else. And it's way, way, way down. You're like on a bridge currently, as you're making your way into the central atrium. But also far off in the distance, you can see what looks to be a smaller dome, and it seems to have this kind of odd reddish glow just around it.
Devlin, I assume that's 7 over there?
That is 8. But yes, that's base 7.
What's with the all the junk over here?
No, it's just scrap. We kind of toss it down there in case we need it. Be careful going down there, though. There's junkers that like to, take their opportunities as they see fit. But there's also some good stuff down there you might be able to find.
How do you even know what's down there? How do you keep track of everything?
We don't.
How old is home?
We really don't know. I think Kelleray might know, but last she said it was thousands of years old.
So that could just be thousands of years of just junk down there?
Could be. There are people that make a living going down through there and sifting through all the wreckage. But again, it's a very dangerous job.
Who makes a living doing that? Like, what do they find? What do they sell?
And sometimes they find old technology. Sometimes they find pieces that we can repurpose for, guns and toasters and whatever else we need.
What's a toaster?
Never had toast?
No.
Oh shit, dude, we've got to have some toast. It's like burnt bread.
If you say so. Why would I want
Cheese.
burnt bread?
You say that, and then you try it, and it's amazing.
Cheese on toast.
Burnt bread sounds terrible.
You would think.
I'll give it a try, though. I'll try anything once.
We'll have to find a toast place around here. We'll go do that later. And as this mechanical carriage continues to rumble across the
large metal bridge that you're on. You do eventually wind up in the main atrium. There is a gate that you have to pass through as you enter into this giant brass dome. And it kind of bowls out into the center. And as you look around, there seem to be several other smaller domes inside of here. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, this is the central atrium. These houses aren't really for the upper class. They're kind of like the middle, I guess you would say. They all like to congregate around Kelleray and try and earn her favor, as well as try and make their way into the Copper Citadel, but, you know, good luck with that.
Ah, great. So, do you know where Kelleray is exactly?
She should be in the temple, as far as I know.
And that is just in the middle, or where exactly?
It's over there as he kind of points off to the right. You do see another one of these large brass domes with these huge spires on it that seem to just kind of reach up to the ceiling of the central atrium. Several of those pipes seem to kind of be entering into the actual building itself as well. And they kind of snake into the ceiling and the walls on the side and into the ground itself too. So yeah, there's her place. That one over there is the office for the College of Thulmar. And that one down there, as he points to another dome that's kind of off in the back, that's the DPL office here.
DPL office?
And Draconic Protection League.
Oh, right.
Huh. Why is there a group like that in home?
Yeah, there's a few draconic things that like to live out in the desert. Sometimes we need people to go out and, you know, either negotiate or unnegotiate.
So dragons. You have dragons.
Yeah.
When you say negotiate, what are you trying to trade?
Well, anything they want. As long as they don't blow us up, that's all that matters.
What do you mean by unnegotiate?
Well, if negotiate means to strike a deal.
So what happens if the dragon doesn't want to negotiate?
Then you unnegotiate. Look, that's their deal. I don't deal with that. I just keep the city safe. They have their own people, though I hear that their membership has been down lately. If you want, it might not be a bad idea to go in and check in with them if you're looking for work.
We'll definitely do that. Where's, like, the Clockwork Knight office? Like, where's the head of you guys?
Oh, that one, as he points to a medium-sized dome that seems to be right in front of the Copper Citadel.
What, we're in, what circle are we in? That he's pointing all this out?
You're in the
central,
which is...
Yeah.
Big place here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess we're gonna go visit Kelleray first? Question mark?
Seems like a good place to start.
As Tonvar's wandering around outside the Temple of Kelleray, like, where the fuck are these guys? I thought we were supposed to meet you.
Do we see Tonvar?
Eventually, as you do come up on the actual temple itself,
I wave over the top.
What happened, Bob? You just
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, I could hear you guys this whole time, but my mic wasn't activating.
Weird.
Sorry,
Yay for Discord, huh?
saying anything?
Oh, nothing really that important, just little jabs, but nobody was responding to them, so I was like, ah.
So it was
we
just
heard
Bob
people
being
must hate
Bob
me
and
today.
annoyed that we couldn't hear you?
Yes.
No, we heard you. We were just ignoring you.
Oh.
So nothing new. Okay, moving right on.
So as you make your way closer to the Temple of Kellery, again, I already described it to you. This massive dome with all these pipes that seem to be coming out of it, and these huge spires that reach up into the actual ceiling of the atrium itself. There does seem to be smoke that is coming out of it, but it's more of like a white-colored smoke, not the black stuff that a lot of the actual machines seem to be pouring out. And at the front now, you see these several, like, massive statues of these rather familiar-looking mechanical men.
Why are they familiar to us?
Crank.
Oh, right. Was Crank made here?
Good question. I don't know if anybody would actually have context to answer that question right now.
I don't.
So no one knows. All right, that's fine. Did you find anything in your when you were investigating those rooms?
Did you guys walk up to him? Okay.
Yeah. As you all pull up to the front of the actual temple, you do see Tomar standing out there with all of his little mechanical pets.
A gnome astride a mastiff made of metal. Yeah! How's it going, guys?
Hey, how'd that investigation go?
Well, I kind of hit a brick wall, but I made a little bit of progress. It seems that it's partially gnomish, but only in so far as it was to interface with the machine itself. Everything else is infernal, and a very, very formal and complex form of infernal.
There's brick walls in home.
He just
Did
blinks
you,
at Neuron.
Was you able to figure out exactly where the robots came from?
The robots are from home, but this device is definitely not. The complexity of the infernal is not something that would have come from here. I'm the subject matter expert, and even I had to do extra research to determine. The connection, wherever it's connecting to and taking the commands, is far from home.
So it's very sophisticated infernal. I like telepathically ask Binks if I think he can read it. If he thinks he can read it.
Wait, say it again? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
I want to telepathically ask Binks if he thinks he can read the complicated infernal.
I don't. Probably, maybe. I don't know. I could try.
All right. Tanvar, you want to show Binks? He may be able to decipher it. He is like a devil after all.
I guess it can't hurt. Where is he? I know you made him go.
He's always on my shoulder.
Yo!
Well, did he actually apparate?
Yeah, he popped into place.
Oh boy. All right. I'll show him the module and my notes.
Okay, let's give this a try. He's not that smart, but hopefully.
How dare you? He does his best.
He's the goodest boy ever.
He tries really hard, but with an 8, that's not very hard.
Yep, that's infernal.
God, that bike is fucking loud.
Yeah, we
What?
know it's infernal. Can you read it?
I could read it.
What does it say?
It doesn't make sense.
Well, maybe I can glean something from the direct translation that I didn't from my research. Go ahead. Can't hurt.
Okay, so you're gonna have to excuse me because I'm not. I do know what kind of infernal this is.
Well, that might direct us to some sort of new clue, so that would be valuable information.
It's high demonic. But
And what is your translation?
you'll have to excuse me because my high demonic's a little not good. That one
As a lesser demon, I understand.
that one says bacon, egg, and cheese. I think that one says horse farts. And yeah, that's definitely a diamond encrusted helmet.
Tonvar will take quick notes and compare it to his own translation.
Did you actually just read that, or did you make that up?
I mean, that's what I thought it said.
He's probably far off on a few of those, but that last one... let me think about that. He'll compare some notes and go over some of his older notes. See if I can get anything out of it. Is there anything I can do to try and extrapolate something from the information, or
roll intelligence again?
Not just straight intelligence.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty high DC though.
Okay.
Oh, it's not bad though. First thing you can gather is his translation's completely off.
Okay. I figured as much. The last one sounded like might have been something useful though.
It might. He got one of the words right. You can tell.
Helmet or diamond?
Diamond.
Diamond.
Or was it horse farts?
Might have been horse farts.
Or horse. Or farts. Okay. Tonvar is sitting there mumbling to himself in Infernal and Gnomish and taking notes. And
What creature would even use high infernal?
pit fiends?
Oh, high demonic. It would be demons.
High,
Yeah.
like
Like
we're talking
the
about
highest
top
caste of
level
demons.
demons.
Yeah.
What are they high on?
Being demons.
Fucking.
The better question is, why are high level demons like messing with your robots?
We had this conversation, did we not, on the way in?
Definitely
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
What are we,
coughs.
I get
what are we
it.
powering? What are we powering our technology on currently?
Yeah, but it looks like you're using like imps and stuff. Like the high level demons won't care that much about them. Unless you got
might have gotten enough attention, but I mean,
Unless you got something else going on in here.
I mean, nothing that I'm aware of, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. I think we've stumbled upon probably what's happening here, but we need more evidence.
Well, maybe,
Thanks. You better go back invisible, by the way.
yeah.
Yeah,
they
that's definitely a good idea.
I don't want to get turned into an engine.
All right. Well, this is going to take more research, but I think we might be dealing with an incursion.
Well, that's not good. I mean, we kind of thought this might happen eventually, but
Yeah, this timetable is much more advanced than what we thought was going to happen.
doesn't make.
What's your guys' plan when said high demon comes and knocks on the door?
Well, that's why we all got re-outfitted with weapons and armor. As he definitely kind of holds up the cannon at his side.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, ideally, my research would have been about 6 months more advanced, and we would have been capturing and siphoning said being. But we'll have to adapt.
I mean, we can take him if we need to. It's
Well, I mean, prefer to capture it and siphon it than if we have to kill it. We'll have to deal with that. Acceptable losses and casualties? Question mark?
I mean, that's a daily occurrence around here, so
True.
How many in your, like, if you was to guess, how many gnomes live here?
how many? 2.5 million?
Good lord.
I have a question.
And we keep the birth rate up pretty high because of the casualty rate. But anyway,
If said high demon does knock on the door, is there any way he can free the demons that you're siphoning the energy off of?
no.
Yeah, no, they can't. The runes that we have in place in each of the devices to make the engines work, it keeps them from getting out. It's unless they were to somehow find some way to dispel the runes themselves, which is damn near impossible.
Well, not only that, but most of the demons that are utilized for that energy source are actually literally shredded.
Well, that means they're now going to find a way to do it. Mark my words.
Their essences are
With the high demon?
rended in pieces, and the energy is utilized directly. And there's nothing really intact of the entity after it's been siphoned.
Yeah, they're kind of.
So what happens
useless.
if you physically destroy them when you're using this? Like, what happens when you run out? Like, do you have like a backup plan?
I mean, we just keep summoning and capturing demons.
Essentially, the way
Pretty sure they're infinite down there.
Essentially, the way the process works is every time that we rip a demon's soul apart, it tries to get sent back to its plane, right? So instead of getting sent back, its soul stone is captured in the dungeon itself. We harness that energy, and when it tries to get back home, it can't. So it's perpetually stuck getting ripped to pieces.
This seems like something.
That is really,
That
really
sounds terrible.
They're demons!
Evil,
Fuck
right?
them!
They're demons.
What does that make you people?
Definitely kind of looks over at
It's-
Tonvar.
What's that saying? Like, be careful when fighting monsters, you don't become the monster yourself?
I mean, these are entities of pure evil, so
Yes,
it's a
I
philosophical debate, but I don't really think it's a
but
problem.
you're saying you're harnessing pure evil then.
For the purpose of good,
I mean,
or
look,
at least our advancement.
Tomar's research has helped everyone prosper around here. We're doing better than we were before.
It's for the greater good.
I got no problem with you saving demons. I'm just worried about all the demons when they find out about this and they decide, oh, let's just go fuck up home.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was hoping my research would be about 6 months more down along the line. So as stronger and stronger demons become interested and start trying to meddle, that we would be utilizing stronger and stronger demons for more and more powerful technology.
And, if it comes to it, we always have, Tonvar?
Right.
What's
The ace in the hole.
Yeah, we'll just call it Ace.
Okay, who's Ace? What's Ace?
The biggest fucking gun you've ever seen.
Hey, that puts the mannequin to shame.
Is it something you can talk about?
Not really, no. Matter of fact, I've said too much already. We should probably kill them, Tonvar.
Yeah, probably, but I mean, they're going to help us deal with the satellite issue, right, guys?
Crickets?
Satellite issue, the one that's sealed off that no one goes in? No.
Well, that one, and then the ones that aren't reporting in. I mean, you still need to talk to the Clock King, right?
We do. That's on the docket.
Yeah. I mean, I figure we'll get there eventually. So, you're useful for now, right?
Sure.
I'm joking. Got enough history with at least one of you that's still alive. I trust that we're on the same path, same goals, ultimately.
I'm gonna walk into the church gallery.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
I mean,
don't have any enemies here.
all right, well, yeah, let's go talk to Kelleray. I'm sure it sounds like a lot of you wanted to talk to Kelleray. So moving right along.
Moving right along.
All right, as you enter into the actual temple itself, moving past those massive statues on the outside, the door at the front kind of opens with a shh, as steam seems to billow out from the inside of the temple itself. These doors are pulled back. As you walk inside, beautiful brass structures all over the walls. It's polished to a sheen. This place is incredible. Inside, you see a few gnomes, but not that many. Mostly what you see as far as like clerics, priests that are walking around the place, they're constructs? These tiny miniature humanoids, a little bit taller than the gnomes themselves, that seem to be wearing robes, but they're seem to be kind of miniature warforged almost.
Crank babies.
Prank babies? That sounds
Cool.
uncalled for. Poor meth babies. Anyway.
So yeah, in front of you, of course, is the main sanctuary. This huge statue of Kelleray in the back. These pews that seem to be made out of pure steel that are just lining up this place all the way back. There's probably hundreds of them. I mean, this worship center is gargantuan in size. And again, those pipes just seem to be jutting all over the place, all through the ceiling, through the walls, through the pillars. They seem to be going to some central location, but it's kind of hard to determine from where you are currently.
Well, welcome to the Temple of Kelleray. What did you guys want to do here?
This place is big.
Yeah, this place is impressive.
I mean, it does serve a population of millions of gnomes, so...
I don't know, I just kind of got used to, everything being built smaller. For gnomes. You said that there's a central statue of Kelleray?
Yep.
I guess I will approach it.
Is the sitting area sittable for me?
Yeah, you can sit on it. Sit in the pew if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit in the last pew by the door.
Yep. Just kinda...
Actually, I'm gonna do something for the giggles. She's going to say hello to the statue as if it's Kelleray.
There is no response.
Can I ask one of the mini cranks of Kelleray's name?
Hello, welcome to the Church of Kelleray.
Thank you. Is the goddess in today?
I think she is. She should be back in her sanctum.
Is there any chance you can get her for us?
I can try. Who's asking?
Tell her it's the Iron Tempest, and in particular, Violet Zapata.
Okay, I'll go see her.
And the little thing just kind of clank, 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 clank as it walks off down a hallway and disappears into a door.
Man, those things are awesome. We need to get some of those. We can like just have the bar. Like we don't have to hire anybody anymore. We just use them.
I don't think they leave the temple.
Way to kill my high.
Yeah, but we don't probably have a way to fix them if they break. I know I can't do it.
Kimmy.
That is true.
Yeah, how is my sister doing, by the way?
It's been great. Helping us arm our army and helping us with some other technological advances.
Wait, is she making guns for you guys?
Maybe.
Huh. She's not that great with guns, you know, right?
What do you mean?
I mean, I
They
see.
tend to have spectacular failures. Her
That's-
talents lie elsewhere.
Exactly.
Well, that's what she chose to do. We didn't tell her to do that. But that's good to
So,
know. Thank you.
You're gonna tell me that the gun she's made and outfitted with our soldiers are gonna blow up?
Probability states yes.
Or no.
Really, you should have Devlin be crafting those. I mean,
But
it really could go either way.
I mean,
Devin, you wanna come live in Venta?
she's got my plans, so it should be okay. But if you want me to come back and check on him for you, I guess I could. I've got to get clearance
Yeah,
to
can
leave
you-
here, though.
Can you check
Well,
that
if you
we're
think
able
it's
to get
successful,
clearance?
yes, we would like you to come back. If you think that it's that catastrophically bad.
It could be bad. I mean,
It's potentially that bad.
You guys are big into numbers, right? So can you give me like a percentage of like the chance it's gonna be bad?
Unless her skill set's increased, probably about 40%, you have a probably 72.5% chance of failure per unit.
My head
Yeah.
hurts.
If you're able to get an okay to come back, we'd really appreciate you.
Yeah. Probably a good idea, Devlin.
yeah, sure. I can check. I can ask her. I mean, due up for some leave anyway. It'd be nice to see her.
She'd be pleasantly surprised.
Violet, as you're sitting there looking up at this statue, trying to talk to it, you eventually hear something from behind you.
Hey, why are you talking to a statue?
I wanted to meet Calray, and I don't know. I talked to the statue at the other place, and it seemed to work. I guess it talked to me.
I mean, you know I'm not a statue, right?
She's gonna turn around. I was hoping she'd roll a little bit better on that intelligence.
As you see standing behind you, this very slender-looking mechanical woman with these like propeller blades on her back, and this beautiful brass and silver inlay that's kind of all over her frame. Actually, let me see if I still have her picture.
I was gonna say, I'm looking up through the gallery to find her. I wanted to remind myself.
So yeah, that's who you see as you turn around.
Hi.
Hi.
Do we all see her, or is it just the two of them?
Yeah, you see her. And actually, you all would have seen her sneak up on Violet because she actually rose up out of the floor on a platform.
Thank you for seeing us, Killer Ray.
I mean, you came to see me. So, what you doing?
Visiting. I don't know. I feel like we've had an interesting encounter since we've been here.
I'm gonna get up out of the pew and I'm gonna walk towards, I guess, the front. Say, we're here to see the Clock King.
That too.
What do you want to see him for?
We're after some, I guess, materials to help us with our war effort. And we figured that he would be able to, I don't know, maybe help us out.
Wait, I forgot to change her music.
Obviously, nothing is free, but we just kind of wanted to talk.
What is this music?
Goofy, bouncy something or another. Yeah, so what did you guys actually want to talk to Killery about? Like, you all seem pretty keen to get here, and now everybody's just quiet.
Well, I mean, if you want to talk to the Clock King, let's see. You need materials?
We need the technology for airships and such.
Oh, good luck with that. They're cool though, aren't they? I made it myself.
They are really cool. We were hoping you could help us with that luck.
I mean, if it was up to me, I'd say go ahead and use them, but he doesn't like that, so...
I guess my question to you is how do we go about getting an audience with the Clock King? What would be your words of recommendation on that?
I mean, I could tell him just to see you guys.
Well,
that would definitely help.
It sounds like there's a stipulation to that.
Well, he's still not too keen on seeing foreigners.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure she could get everybody in to talk to him, but having him receptive, again, I think our primary goal there would be to restore productivity and communication with the satellite. No? Okay.
I mean, I understood everybody else wanted to talk. We were just in home, and this is my goddess. I pray to her all the time, and she's here. So I just wanted to come to see her.
Nifty, isn't it, when you actually have physical manifestations of the gods?
It's awesome.
Hi.
I actually had another motive as well. I take out the orb. I'm like, I needed your seal for the conclave for Voxia. If that's at all possible.
Oh, she wants to do that?
Yeah. It's one of the reasons I'm here.
Huh.
What, Calorie, what is he talking about?
That went right over my head.
She's calling a conclave.
The other new gods are calling a conclave?
Yeah, the new one.
No, the one new one.
That's right.
Hmm.
I forgot we were doing that.
So she's calling the other new gods for a conclave.
She's trying.
And how are you involved in this?
I'm her warlock.
Oh.
Normally it would be a paladin's job, but that gentleman has passed away.
Right.
So
And-
let me see the bottle.
I bring it over to Keller.
Yeah, she kind of takes it in one of her mechanical hands and just kind of looks over it.
Pretty. Oh, she had Thomas on here. That's cool. Did she say why?
Yeah, she wants to talk about the old gods.
Oh, right.
Is there a problem with the old gods?
They're jerks.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
but she believes they're trying to regain their power.
oh, that could be a problem.
Yeah, some of them are mean. Some of them are weird.
Some of them.
I mean, that's why they're the old gods, right?
Violet, as you hear in your head.
Some of them are just a bunch of bitches.
All right. So, not only are we dealing with a continent-spanning war, but there's potential that there's some sort of divine conflict inbound.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be a divine conflict.
Okay. That changes my calculus slightly.
So, what do you guys know about them, actually?
Which ones? We've met a couple.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it wasn't great. Actually, none of the meetings were that great.
I mean,
Too-
one of
too-
them was nicer
fair.
than the other. The other one was really mean.
I feel like there's a story here.
Yes, there's a lot that you've probably need to be caught up on
Yeah.
since you've been gone. Don't think we can get it all in one.
We'll just say,
Yeah,
for the
that's
sake
it.
of brevity, that they explained to you about them going to the fire plains and meeting the sun god.
Gotcha.
That would be me and
Actually,
Tibble.
no, they told you about that already.
That would be me and Tibble.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
we're
told
the
me
only
about punching
people
a
that did that.
punching a hole,
Yeah.
darkening part of the sun. Yeah.
Rest in peace, Jinx.
And then we went on Iris's wild ride. I don't know if
Yeah, and then we got the
we mentioned that.
whatever fairy, whatever that was, a few weeks ago.
That was Iris.
Oh yeah, okay.
So,
Keller,
tell me at
how-
least these gods aren't, working with the Norellians.
I don't think they are.
I think we can be fairly confident that Iris wasn't, considering, that whole shadow thingy.
Yeah.
Still don't
but
understand that.
It felt like Iris didn't really give a shit about it.
I'm gonna be quite honest, those guys really don't give a shit about anybody on Eldoria, so,
I
It
just
is-
was
it
concerned that we were dealing with not only a mortal threat but a divine threat that were in conjunction. At least they're
It is
separate
concerning.
issues.
Yeah, I would say they're probably. Well, no, they're not combined, but they're definitely There's definitely some divine problems going on as well. And then if you remember the seal business,
Yeah, the Norellians are definitely
it actually might be.
They're related based on
Yes,
what
they're related,
the
but I don't
information
think
that I've
they're
got, but
directly
conjoined
yes.
would be the term I would use. So,
Yeah. Basically, everybody's
yeah.
after these seals.
Everyone. Old gods, everybody.
Us, Norellians.
That's what I've gathered.
So yeah.
Yeah, when we're dealing with artifacts of that level of power, it's not entirely surprising that everybody would want to acquire that power. So, it sounds like to eliminate the earthly threat or terrestrial threat, we need to acquire the seals from the new gods, facilitate this meeting of the new gods, and deal with the Norellians. Yes?
Yes, the seals are of the old gods.
Right.
The Norellians
Either way.
at the moment are kind of on their. I don't think
They're kinda
saying
on their back
back
foot.
leg the right thing, but they potentially stunned them for a little while.
And that's why
Very
we're
well.
here for airships, so we can push the offensive.
Right. So,
So-
either way, that puts us into the position that we need to deal with the Clock King, correct?
Correct.
That is correct.
And I don't know how I could emphasize this more, but the only way he's really going to be receptive to talking and releasing that level of technology is if we relieve his pain point, his pressure right now, which is the lack of production.
And we're more than willing to help with that. We just want to hear
Okay.
it from the Clock King.
We just want to make sure that
that he's not going to
if
string
we
us
do
along.
that credit doesn't get thrown somewhere else.
Fair enough. Okay.
That's why we'd like to see him.
So, Caloray,
I really wouldn't suggest seeing him first. It may end poorly for all of us.
Caloray.
Huh?
If we do this stuff, for the Clock King, even though he will not have seen or told us to do it, would you have our back in reassuring us that, I don't know, maybe you would at least tell him that we're the ones who did it?
I mean, yeah, I could do that, but I don't even know what the problem is in the first place.
Yeah, they've told, Tonvar has said something about production of some of the satellites, or one of the satellites has been, somebody hasn't been producing what they're supposed to be producing.
But they don't know which satellite, because the satellites that are currently out won't tell the Clock King?
Yeah, basically nobody's reporting anything because one of them is not reporting and they're all scared.
It's probably because their communications array is broken.
Said probably because of what?
They can't talk to each other.
Yeah, so I mean, one or more have some sort of production problem, and all of them, or some of them, have an actual technical issue with the communications, and they're all or some of them are keeping mute because of this.
I mean, personally, he might know more about the situation.
Fair enough.
Even if he was going to be a dick to you, he might be able to, at least get a leg up.
That's what I was hoping.
Very well.
So can you
Just
tell him?
Comes with some layer of risk.
I will give you my blessing.
Okay, that helps.
Falsely bows in front of all of you.
I feel
about-
blessed already.
How about that orb?
Oh, right, that too.
She picks the orb up and she kind of traces her finger around it, and it kind of sounds like a printer. Yep,
Like an old dot matrix printer.
Yeah.
Yes.
As she hands the crystal orb back to you, Tibble, you do see that she has etched her symbol into the orb itself.
I take it and kneel before. I'm like, great. Now I only need Ormir and Oldana.
Good luck with them.
Easy.
Ormir's a bit of a hard ass, but he's smart. Although she's kind of set in her ways, but she's not bad either. Honestly, it's going to take all of us to even protect this place to begin with. I'm kind of glad we got another one.
All right. Well,
Roxy thanks you.
Tell her I want to go
with
shopping next time I
Kelleray's
see her.
blessing,
Say that again.
Tell her I want to go shopping next time I see her.
girls' night, right? Yeah.
Girls' night.
As you're all sitting here talking to Kelleray, I think I might have glossed over this, or maybe nobody even wanted to check, but she came up on that platform behind Violet, but she also has all of these tubes that are kind of attached to her.
Kelleray's tube is that door?
Yeah, the form that you guys have seen with all the statues is obviously the one the art is showing. And she does look the same, but she seems to be kind of locked in place to this, like, brace almost, with all these attachments on her.
What's all these doohickeys?
Huh?
But you're attached to them.
Based on the plans that I had, they're supposed to be using my energy to run this place.
Are you cutting out?
Based on my plans, they're supposed to be using my energy to run this place. That's what they told me.
Sounds really tiring.
Wait, they said they're using your energy to run this.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what they're doing with the demons?
Demons?
Yeah.
I thought the Clock King told you what we were doing.
Kind of. He said that he was using some of my energy to lock bad things away.
Yeah, he's locking the
were-
bad things away and siphoning their energy.
Huh.
Sounds like you didn't know about this.
That's probably why I've been feeling weaker lately. I think they've been using more.
So they're using your energy and the demonic energy?
I mean, they're using mine for those power cells as far as I know. My energy gets refracted into the core, and then it gets spread out amongst everyone else.
But didn't we just decide that that's what they're using the demons to do?
Okay, let me clarify something here. So, the engine that Tomvar has made is used for stuff that is not physically connected to home.
Oh, so the demons are powering the other stuff that's not.
Think
Like,
think
actually
of
connected to
think
home.
of her as the electrical grid. Think of the internal combustion engines as engines.
Like engines and/or remote batteries.
Right.
So she's like a battery that runs home, and the souls or the demons or whatever are like AA batteries that run lawnmowers.
Basically.
You know, something.
Basically.
But why is she feeling weaker from the siphoning?
I don't know. They've been telling me that they're using some extra power to try and make more of those crystals.
Isn't there a more efficient system than just draining you?
I mean, I like it. It makes things work, and it's awesome.
Why we're above ground right now is because you're kind of feeling weak.
No, I think this got something to do with why none of the satellites have come back yet. I've just been told to sit here, continue to make energy, which... 1 second.
And she kind of like looks like she's straining for a little bit.
Okay, there we go. Made a little bit more. And push the buttons if I need to.
The buttons.
The buttons.
What do you mean that they're telling you to do that? Aren't you a goddess? Don't you tell other people what to do?
I don't run this place. I just make it work.
So
That's the beauty of industry.
how do you, I guess, restore your energy? Do you just rest?
Yep, I just take some time to take a nap. But you know as well as anyone, Little Bear, that people who have an idea can make that idea expand. And that's all on them. I can't help them with that. So
That's fair.
I don't get involved.
That's fair.
Aren't you worried they're gonna sap all your energy?
Nah, I've got plenty. I'm still connected to the planet itself. And as long as people still have ideas, I'll still have power.
So I just have to think harder, and I'll be more helpful.
Exactly.
This is going to be very bad in the future.
The more ideas you come up with, the stronger I become.
Then you might be in trouble.
So you tried talking.
I'm kidding.
So you're saying that they're drawing additional power for new power cells?
That's what they said.
Dude,
Is
they're
that
ramping
not
up
normal?
production?
They said they're making more, so yeah, I guess so.
Could this be why there's a potential high demon coming to town?
A what?
I would assume so if they're trying to create more of the batteries and power more infernal combustion engines. Or perhaps larger ones. I'm a little miffed that I'm not aware of what's going on. I mean, my own invention is being run away without me.
Gallery kind of scratches her head a little bit, and then her finger hovers down to the buttons in front of her. And you'll notice that it hovers kind of over a large red one for a moment.
Said it's a big
did I-
red button.
It is a big red button.
Oh,
Push
Gallery,
the button.
What's that button for?
Don't touch that button. Do not touch that button.
why
What is that button?
were you about to touch the button?
It's not here, is it?
The button?
No, the big demon. You said it was a big demon.
No, not yet. But here,
Maybe you
I'll
could
show her the module. We may have an incursion starting.
Okay, so I don't have to push it yet.
Not yet.
But it's a big red button.
What does it
So
do?
what does the big red button do?
I don't know. Actually.
Then
What
why would you just press it if the demons are coming?
Because it's supposed to do something. I got told to only push it in an emergency.
You can't put a big red button in front of me.
Every time you try
Couldn't it be a big blue button?
Every time you try and push it, she like slaps her hand.
No. No.
So
Is that Ace?
Say it again?
so what have you been told classifies as an emergency?
I think a giant demon classifies as an emergency.
These guys seem pretty confident that you guys could take a giant demon without a big red button.
I don't know. I mean, the button's been here longer than I have, so...
Right. I hope we don't have to use that one. But can you trace where this module is transmitting? Was designed to transmit to, by any chance?
She kind of like looks over it.
No.
Oh, unfortunate.
What about the shop that was fixing them, Tonvar? The big robots where they come busting out of.
Yes.
Maybe we could go back and talk to them.
Perhaps there might be some more clues there.
But
Let's.
what about this stone thingy?
Huh?
I'll take it out of my backpack. I'm gonna show it to Kelleray.
The heck is that?
I don't know. Some angry bird guy had it. Also had this notebook. I'm gonna spare you from the other notebook.
Angry birds.
You don't need to read the other book. I know I didn't need to read the other book.
Okay.
It was weird. You know, normally whenever you get a notebook, like, it seems pretty standard. They're made with 40 pages, right? This one had 41.
Okay.
It was weird. I thought it was significant, but then I thought I was just dumb for thinking that.
Oh, right, because it's a notebook plus 1. God damn it.
It's a notebook plus 1.
Oh no.
The joke around it is he'd said that like everything was plus 1 in our evil campaign, and so I literally put a plus 1 next to everything. I had potions plus 1. It was great. But yeah, I'll show her the stone in the notebook.
Let's see. Wow, this guy was fucking crazy.
So I showed her the right one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just say I hope I didn't show her the wrong notebook.
Look, this is a lot of alchemy shit. Some people in town here might be able to help you with that.
Very well.
So, Tonvar, are you good with alchemy stuff?
Not so much.
Okay. I was just curious if you knew anything.
I know the basics. I mean, I can brew potions and such, but I'm not a specialist by any means.
Okay.
Make healing potions and poisons and whatnot. Some basics, you know?
I would talk to the people in 5. They might help you.
In 5, okay.
So shall we make our attempt to speak with the Clock King and then do further research? Yes? No? Maybe?
Sounds like a good plan.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
Very well.
Thank
To
you for your
the
time.
Or your palace or whatever it's called.
Hey,
Thank you, Kelleray. Yes.
Hey, Kelleray,
Huh?
can I give you a hug?
Yeah.
Yes!
She kind of leans down to hug you. She kind of towers over you. I mean, she's pretty tall for, you know, what she is. You kind of...
I am very short.
Yep. You manage to, like, snake your way around all the, like, tubes that are stuck into her and grab her leg. And she just kind of, like, very mechanically pats you on the head.
The best day ever.
Yeah, how often do you actually get to hug your actual deity?
I know.
Yeah, pretty cool.
More often than you would think.
Right?
Perfect time for Ren to come back.
Well, I did hug somebody else's deity. Hug Voxia.
Oh.
I think she's just making a list as to how many gods she's hugged.
All right. Well, on to the Clock King then, yes?
Lead the
Nah,
way.
sounds like a plan.
Hey ho!
Thanks for visiting. Bye.
She kind of like
Bye, Calray.
mechanically waves, and then you see her like sink back down into the floor on that pedestal as steam hisses around her. There is a very
So
ominous...
she wasn't the statue.
No, she was not the statue. She told you she wasn't the statue.
I know. She was the statue before.
Or she was speaking through it, but Violet probably hadn't figured that out.
No.
Oh, Bear, tell your dad I said hi. Bye.
She goes down.
Bye.
Off we go.
Alright. So as you make your way out of the Temple of Kelray, the doors hiss open again, and you step your way out into the middle of the central atrium. Yep, Tybalt, you got you got her blessing on the orb, and they also gave you a piece of paper with Kelray's symbol that is printed on it as a not a pass. What am I thinking of the word here? Summons, I suppose, to talk to the Clock King.
Who do we give this to?
Probably gonna have to give it to the captain of the Clockwork Knights.
Okay.
Let's see. Tom Vartilic should be in, right?
It should be.
Okay. So we got to go through the garrison anyway in order to even get to the Copper Citadel. So, yeah, we'll just talk to him while we're in there.
All right.
Would you guys like to use the carriage? Because it is still quite a distance away where you are currently.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Or I would anyway.
Your
That'd
driver's
be my
still
vote.
driver's still waiting for you out front. Tomvar, would you like to ride with him, or are you going to take your own transportation?
I'll ride the dog and follow along.
Okay. Is the dog morphing into Mad Max mode, or is
No, I mean, if it's a far enough distance, sure.
it's a good 3 or 4 miles away. Actually, probably
Yeah,
longer.
then yeah,
But yeah.
sure. Sounds good.
Okay. So Tomvar is jumping on his dog motorcycle, and all of you are in this carriage. And as it drives straight across the dome, again, you can see the thing as it becomes more concave in the middle. And as you drive around the outside, you do pass the outside of the center. There's like a fountain, kind of, but it's black. It's oil. It's an oil fountain. But as you're driving around the middle, there is the building that was pointed out to you as the DPL. And in front of it, there is a statue of a woman.
Anyone
Is
would
this being
recognize?
relayed to me?
It would not be anyone you recognize, but it is a woman who appears to have kind of short-looking hair, and seems to be carrying a rather large spear, and she's wearing what looks to be some kind of plate armor. But she has these almost angelic-looking wings on her back, and she seems to kind of be holding the spear up into the sky.
I guess who's that statue of?
Who are you asking?
Either Tanvar or Darius? Whatever his name is.
Devlin?
Devlin, yeah.
Devlin. Yeah. Is it something that we recognize? Like, would we know?
You two know actually would not, because you guys leave the DPL to their own devices since they don't really, they work with you, but they don't work for you. So,
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, she's one of their heroes, I think. I honestly don't know.
That's something we can figure out later.
And as the carriage just around the outer edge,
So I just don't know.
actually, no, you've heard the name with that.
Okay.
You do remember that with some of the research assistants that were working with you had some dealing with DPL, and you do remember them talking about a Gilda Lockhart. You think the name was?
Okay.
You don't really know the significance,
Tybalt,
though.
the only name that I directly remember is Gilda Lockhart. Possibly. Some sort of hero of theirs. Yeah.
I pass the
That's
name
all I
to
really
Brad.
remember.
You're telling Brad.
Yeah, and like, do you know a Gilda Lockhart?
Not particularly. Wasn't there a Lockhart we met on our expedition, or was that somebody else? I can't remember. Probably somebody. So probably not the same person.
Hmm.
I guess we could go in there eventually after we.
Yeah, we'll go in there after we get this other stuff.
Okay. And eventually, as you're all kind of wheeling around through this nicer residential district, again, all these domes look polished and beautiful. A few of them even have plants in pots out in front of their little dome homes. Gnome dome homes.
Okay.
But again, also those pipes that just seem to kind of be, stuck in random places. But there is this large concourse that kind of goes at an incline up to where the garrison for the Clockwork Knights is, and then the Copper Citadel behind it, which is, again, is this other massive domed citadel, castle, basically. So, let's say you drive up the concourse. On either side, it opens into the actual garrison building itself. And as you drive up, there are several of these gnomes who look to be in guard towers. They're kind of eyeing you guys still, just like, who the hell are you people? What are you doing here? Like, they're very suspicious of you for sure. And eventually you come to a gate that is blocking the road. A checkpoint of sorts. And your driver up front. Well, this is as far as I can take you, really.
Well, thank you. Whatever this guy's name was.
Yes,
I don't know
thank
if
you
I
for
wrote
the
it.
His
ride.
name is Bob.
Bob? Was it just
Yeah.
Bob?
I think so, right?
Sure.
I don't remember.
I don't think anybody asked his name, actually.
I thought we heard his name at one point, but I could
Yeah, I thought,
just be
I thought
totally
you
wrong.
mentioned it.
I thought he
think I
said
did.
something.
We'll just go with
but
Bob.
I don't remember.
It's fine.
Okay, it's Bob. It's Bob. Thank you, Bob. All right, folks, are you ready for this?
As ready as we'll ever be.
I suppose. I hope we make it out of this one.
And as you walk up to the gate, several of the Clockwork Knights stop you all.
Halt right there.
I stopped
I-
walking.
Show him the paper.
The writ of passage or whatever the fuck you want to call the thing.
Huh? State. What's your business here?
We seek audience with the Clock King by blessing of Kelleray.
Blessing of Caloray. Why would she let them in here?
I don't have time to explain it to you at this point. Here. Tybalt, show him the thing.
Show him the thing.
He kind of takes the paper. Actually, I'll say he snatches the paper from your hand, Tybalt, and just kind of.
Whoa, handsy.
I don't know.
I'm presumably I know this person. Yes.
Yeah,
since
you
he's a
recognize him.
clockwork knight.
He's a lower.
He's below rank of me, I would assume.
Right, for sure.
Okay. So, look, I don't know what the ranks are, but I'll address him by rank. The business is official, and we also have the blessing of Kelleray. If you have a problem with it, I'll take it up the chain of command. But at this point, I outrank you, and I'm telling you that this is legit.
Look, he's not happy right now. I'm not just supposed to let anybody in here. I'm going to have to go get Captain Farthing.
Look, we need to talk to the captain anyway, so that's fine. But at this point, we're seeking to find resolution to deal with the Clock King's anger and displeasure. The overall business is to deal with it. That's why we're all here.
Look, man, you know I'm just following orders.
Right. So show us to the captain and we'll move on. And you can go back to your pinochle game or whatever you guys got going on out here, because you never have visitors anyway.
Fine, whatever.
He kind of motions over to one of the other guards, and he nods and walks off. And after a few minutes, they do come back with this rather robust-looking gnome. He has kind of a little gut on him. This huge mustache that's just kind of curled up on the ends. And he seems to be wearing kind of a similar magnifying apparatus as to what you usually wear, Tonvar. But he is carrying a large shield, and there appears to be a hammer at his side.
What was the captain's name again?
You would know. He's just been addressed to the group as Captain Farthing, but you would know him as Captain Tillich Farthing.
Okay. Greetings, Captain Farthing.
Tonvar?
Sir, we and my friends, the group here of the Iron Tempest, have business with the Clock King.
What business have they got with him?
Well, the long and the short of it is they need something from him and are willing to put in work to get that. So we'd like to discuss what's really going on with things and hopefully ease his pain.
I don't know if anything's going to be able to ease his pain right now. We haven't really heard anything from the satellites. And apparently there was some information that came in, but not been privy to that just yet.
This is why we want to speak with him, or at least the advisors that would be able to tell us so that we could resolve said issue.
Yeah, let me see that writ.
Whoever's got it will hand it over. Sure.
Yeah, give it over. And I asked Mike, your surname's Farthing?
Yeah, what about it?
We have friends with a Wilma Farthing in Borgata. Any relation?
Wait, Wilma? Really?
We're friends with her.
Why the hell are you friends with my slut sister?
Oh no.
Isn't she on the council in Borgata?
Yeah, but...
Why'd you call her a slut? She's a nice lady.
She sleeps around with everybody.
That's not PC, bro.
Look, I can't help what she does in her spare time. But I'm just calling a spade here. Well, let's see.
Oh my.
All right. I mean, Kelleray's blessing. I suppose you're good to go. But
Where, Captain?
right. Good luck, I suppose. When you get up there, ask for Thissy. She'll try and give you an audience.
Are any of the advisory council aware of any of the newest information?
Only other one would be Ferric, but we haven't heard from him. He's still out.
Very well. I guess we'll just have to try our luck.
All right, and
I'll tell your sister you said hello.
Please don't.
and as he hands back the writ to you, Tybalt, he motions to the gate, and they start pulling these large cranks, and as the thing just pulls back and opens, before you see the path that cuts through the garrison right up to the Copper Citadel.
All right, gentlemen and ladies. Yes. Shall we?
Yeah, I guess so.
May we see the other side of these gates at the end of the day.
I mean, I don't think he's gonna kill us, but he might.
That's always a possibility. I mean, hopefully, just the possibility of us finding out what's going on will keep him interested enough.
And as you make your way through, coming up upon this copper castle, Temple of Kelleray was beautiful. This place is extravagant. Over the top. There are these huge gears that are lining the walls. Just intricate metalwork on every single inch of this place. There seem to be balconies that are coming out from the actual dome itself that you can assume that he would walk out and view over the city. This place is gaudy.
Kinbread.
The rest of the home looks so functional. This place looks excessive.
Yeah.
Years of wealth. What do you think they do with it?
Yeah, you've got generations of a ruling family. They're gonna put the money somewhere.
A little bit.
I mean, we're happy. We are given things to make our lives easier, and I think it works all right.
He funded my research.
As another explosion is heard off in the distance.
I mean, he did fund my research, and potentially more research later. So
That's true.
we live with it. The system works for us for now.
It's another king doing king shit.
Huh?
Said just another king doing king shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they do, right?
Arcana.
That was an accident. That was an accident.
There is magic in the area for sure. Not a very high DC on that one, but yeah, there is a lot of magic in this place. I know it was an accident, but I'll just go ahead and give you some stuff anyway. There does seem to be abjuration magic coming off the walls. Some kind of probably protection enchantments, just in case.
So does this place have protection magic like where the rest of home really doesn't?
For the most part, just walking around down in the main city, you would have felt a plethora of different magical energies around the place. This feels much more refined and concentrated, as if this place was purposefully enhanced.
And if it's the place where the ruling class is, I'm sure it's warded to fuck.
Very much so. Excuse me. And as you make your way up to the actual citadel now, the main gate is in front of you. This large metal wall encompasses the actual dome itself. And there are 2 guards that are up there. And as you approach the gate, they kind of nod to you, Tonvar, and they're still wary of the rest of you. But they click their spears on the ground, and the gate opens, and you are allowed entrance into the castle itself.
Right this way, everybody.
And as you make your way in, again, this place actually has plants in it. There is actually an array overhead that seems to be some kind of artificial light that's shining in on these things. For all the metal and steamwork that's in, what you've seen of home, this is kind of refreshing, slightly. But again, you kind of feel like this is more of a show of wealth than actual, care for nature.
So it's like those corporate gardens, or quote unquote, more so than
pretty much
something that's like lovingly cared for. It's like to show that, hey, we have so much money, we could have this in this place that shouldn't have this.
Exactly.
Yeah, gotcha.
And as you make your way to the actual castle itself, there is a large gate to enter into it, and as it swings open, there is a small gnome woman that kind of comes rushing out with a clipboard in hand. And she's just got like several scrolls that are just kind of like shoved in belts all over her. She's wearing a little sack on her back. And these very rather beautiful silver robes with like brass trim on them. You all have seen similar robes on Wilma, but these look to be a little bit more official.
And what was the name of the person we were supposed to talk to first? I didn't write that down.
You would know her, Tonvar, as Thissy Railhammer.
Thissy Railhammer. Okay. So that's presumably based on my memory who's running out to meet us now, correct?
Yeah.
Would it be Mrs. or Miss? Or whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Mrs. Railhammer. Greetings.
Hello. Oh crap. Okay. You're the ones that are meeting him. Oh fuck. Okay.
Take Thissy. Take a breath.
It's.
Look, I know he's been under a lot of stress, and that stresses everybody out. But we have some hope, okay?
Stress is not the word I would use right now.
Abject terror was not exactly the most productive way to start the conversation, okay?
Not even that. I would say more moving into seething rage currently.
This guy seems like a terrible leader.
Yeah. Don't hear him say that. Let him hear you say that. But anyway.
Well, hopefully you're wearing armor.
Is he throwing things again?
As you see a gear whiz overhead and land out in the courtyard.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. everybody be on your toes. Hopefully that we can deliver this news quickly enough and efficiently enough that he'll at least calm down enough to listen.
Follow me.
As she motions to all of you to walk up to the throne room.
I will cast guidance on myself as we're coming in.
Okay.
Yeah.
But walking into the main foyer of the actual palace, there are these big, beautiful columns all over the place. More gears along the wall, and these beautiful silver chains that seem to be strung between each of the columns. Probably about a row of 10 or 12. And as you actually move up to the door, it pops open with a hiss as well. This gigantic brass door. Probably a good 30 or 40 feet tall. And as it swings open slowly, and Thissy just kind of shuffles in front of you, she walks up in front.
Excuse me. Now presenting the delegation from the Iron Tempest. All of you, I would like to introduce you to Ekern Coppercog the Fourth, the Clock King.
As she motions behind her, you see this gnome who is sitting on a rather large throne. The throne itself probably has steps that go up probably about 10 or 15 feet in the air. And again, more of those pipes that just seem to be connected into the chair itself. He is wearing a cape. A purple cape, obviously. And on his head seems to be a crown that is made out of gears. One large, one central in the middle, with this huge, beautiful sapphire in the middle of that actual gear. He himself, this big, bushy beard that kind of seems to come down to his midsection. One arm actually seems to be mechanical.
Can you spell his name?
I can actually. It is Ekern Coppercog, Ecurn.
So he has a bionicle arm.
Yeah, he does actually.
Copper what?
Coppercog.
Okay. Thank you.
And as you all walk into the room,
Desi! Why have I got anyone in here today?
You're breaking.
Sorry, sir. They had a request for some restricted technology to use. They wanted to talk to you about it. Well, no! I'm not gonna give it to them!
My liege, I think you should hear them out. It could behoove you to resolve your issues that we're currently facing. To at least hear them out.
roll persuasion.
Here we go. My character sheet up.
Thank you, Mother of Mary.
Oh, I didn't even need to use my guidance. Sir, I'm sure you've heard of the exploits of the Iron Tempest.
No, I haven't. But because it's you.
Sir, let me assure you that this group is exceedingly capable in multiple areas, and the long-term goals are aligned with those of home and you. And they may be able to, in the short term, resolve some of our issues. So,
What do they want to begin with? I've got all kinds of shit I'm dealing with right now.
the long and the short of it, just so we don't waste each other's time, is they would like access to airship technology
No, what?
to fight the Norellians Empire and put them.
Who cares? The Norellians aren't even looking at us. They don't care about us. Why would we want to fight back against them? If there's an airship flying around attacking them, who do you think they're gonna come to next?
Does anybody else want to chime in here?
I'm gonna kind of whisper to Tanvar's ear that there's other people with airship.
My liege, there's other people that have airship technology
Who?
already. Look at Brad. Who?
It's yeah, it's Brigada. Brigada has one airship, or they did. They did.
Brigada has their own airship. Simon.
Because it's been leased to the Far Cry group by us! If there's illegal gnomish tech out there, you've got a job to do, Tanvar.
Brad, anybody else that we don't know, that we know about?
No.
Okay, well,
Well, don't talk about the technology. Just talk about helping.
right. So, the less important thing is what they want from us, right? What's what they can do for us. That's important, correct?
What can they do for us, then?
Well, if you would be so kind as to enlighten us of the most recent reports of the satellites, I'm fairly certain that their capabilities are well within the ability to restore full production, if not at least determine what's exactly going on.
We have lost contact with Sector 4, who was supposed to be taking charge of everything happening out in the desert right now. They've got the main communications array. We haven't heard from them in probably 3 weeks. Nothing's been coming in, and we haven't been able to get anything out, because we don't know where they are. Unfortunately, we did get some news in from Sector 1. Apparently, they're bringing up their issues with the DPL. It sounds like one of their problems.
So, Sector 1 has some form of draconic problem, but they have heard from Sector 4. Am I hearing you correctly?
No, they haven't. They sent a runner.
They have. Gotcha.
Sector 2, of course, you know we haven't seen it in years, so who the fuck knows? Sector 3 and 7 were supposed to be under the charge of Sector 4. But again, with no communications array, we don't know where they are either. Sector 5 was supposed to be going underground, probably too deep to hear from, but they've been gone too long as well, and we haven't heard any report. Sector 6, that's Ferrick's bullshit. He's probably got his stupid college out, I don't know, experimenting on rocks or something.
So do you know where any of the satellites are?
We have previous locations for them. We don't have any actual proper coordinates out in the desert currently.
That sounds like a problem.
Of course it's a problem!
As he kind of slams the chair beside him with his fist.
And that's why we're here, to solve your problems. It's like, we scratch your back, you scratch our back.
Roll persuasion.
That's the idea.
You said persuasion?
Yes.
I knew it.
Oh,
I knew
no.
it was coming, damn it.
Oh no. That's not even something guidance can fix.
Oh.
Oh no. That's never a good sound when he's rolling on the severity of a critical failure.
I could just send some of these fucks out there and do it myself.
He points down to Tongor.
But apparently they're too scared to go out in the desert.
Well, we're not scared to go anywhere, really.
We've had some experience with deserts as well.
On top of that, we are currently gearing for a issue with our current energy system.
Well, what issue would that be? I'm going to pretend like I don't know.
As he kind of eyes down to Tongor.
Which of the contingencies are you talking about currently, sir?
Situation 9.
And what would that? Which one is that?
There's been more elementals popping up all over the desert.
More
What kind of elemental?
Mostly earth elementals. But they've been wrecking our shit. And it's been hard for us to even get any caravans out to begin with. On top of that, with all the other nasties that live in the sands, we haven't really had a chance to send a team out to explore. So we've been stuck here. We surfaced, hoping maybe they would find their way back. But so far, none of the satellites have come. And with the increased activity, I can't really put people out there. So,
I mean, we can do it. Or we can serve as a bodyguard for the people you want to send out there. Like I said, we have to help each other out.
Roll persuasion again.
look, you're outsiders. I can't really expect you to understand how we do things around here.
Wait, what did he roll?
But I am unfortunately at the end of my rope. Because I can't get anybody to do a goddamn thing around here!
As he picks up a hammer and throws it at the wall. It sails over your heads.
I need answers!
That's why we're here now, sir.
You need answers, and we need technology.
If you can figure out where all my cities went, Maybe I can give you a lease on the airship. Honestly, you're lucky I'm not sending somebody to dismantle the thing right now.
What was that? It broke up pretty bad.
He basically said that they're lucky that he's not sending someone to dismantle the airship that they have.
Oh.
I've got no interest in getting involved with that Neuralian bullshit. They're not trying to hurt us. And we're staying as far away from them as we can.
Not yet, they're not, but it wouldn't hurt.
Honestly, you should consider yourselves lucky. I won't even allow their diplomats in here. It's by my grace that you're even getting an audience with me. You should be kissing my feet right now.
Well, we'll gladly look into fixing your communications array, or try to, or at least figure out what's happened with it.
Can you give us their last known coordinates at least so we have some lead?
Yeah, I can give it to you. Desi!
As he snaps his fingers.
Give them the coordinates that we have on what's out there. Okay. So,
As she kind of pulls through her notebook quickly.
Okay, here's the last known coordinates for Sector 4. They were in charge of the communications array. You should be able to, if you can find them, figure out what was the issue there. Let's see.
Convar will take notes.
Here's Sector 1, but again, I think they're going through with the DPL currently. You may want to talk to them if you want to see what's wrong with them. Sector 2's gone. 3 and 7 were supposed to be going dark on speculation missions, so they're out. Who knows right now, but 4 may know because they were supposed to be keeping watch on them. 5 is supposed to be here.
As she kind of flips another page over and points out on a map, kind of close toward the northwest of the desert.
But they should be too deep currently. The college is just south here, and then 9 we don't know.
So basically, she's given you coordinates for Sector 1, Sector 4, Sector 5, 6, and 9.
I didn't get the direction of 4. Like, I heard you say 4, but I didn't hear the direction.
She just said where it was. I'll give you the actual directions. The last it was seen was closer toward the middle of the Silver Sands. She points out now where home is actually on the far western side of the continent. You guys are nearly at the coastline. Where 4 is supposed to be is probably, let's see, 7 miles southeast of the center of the desert. And from where you are currently, that point is probably about 35 miles away.
Do you guys have a way, a good way to travel on the desert?
Caravan?
Yeah, you could take a caravan, but it's going to be a dangerous trip.
Is it going to be a long trip?
Well, it depends on if there's any opposition on the way.
We should get supplies before we head out.
Sure. We're about to go into the desert. Again.
I haven't been to a desert.
If you need provisions, Sector 3 would be able to give you rations, water, anything like that. That's where some of the trade goods like to come in. Sector 2 might have some things too. That's the salvagers port.
Yeah, I say we gear up and try to find Sector 4 since they have the communications, correct?
Yeah, that's. I think that's a good first line of business.
And gear up in Sector 3 and Sector 2.
Well, Bay 3 and Bay 2, I should say.
Alright, so we'll gear up in Sector 3.
Bay 3.
Sounds good. Bay 3.
All right.
I believe. What Well, never mind. I was gonna ask Tomvar. Maybe there was something we could do with the satellite that's like off limits, but that might be a little too much.
Yeah. So out of character, what would Tonvar know about the source of the burn? Is it fire? Is it something else that we haven't identified? Like, what is the issue?
It's
with the
leaking energy from the
okay.
power cells that were being experimented on.
So it's not just like run-of-the-mill fire damage that we're going to have to resist to be able to deal with that.
You could consider it fire damage, I suppose.
Okay.
It's a radiation leak.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I was just wondering if it might be something we could ask Clock King if we could also help fix. But that might be a little.
I don't know if we have anything to be able to deal with that situation.
Well, we'll look into this stuff for you. Is there somebody that you would like to report this information to?
I don't know. Take him!
Would like
His-
us
he
to
point-
report it?
He points to Devlin.
Report it to him!
Okay.
Ah. Alrighty.
Oh shit, I'm dead.
Well,
It'll be fine,
I
Devlin.
think our business here is finished. Thank you for your time.
Yeah. Just get me answers. Don't let me see you back here until you hear something.
I'm going to bow and turn around.
Okay.
Same.
And as you all walk out of the Copper Citadel, the gnomish city of home lays sprawled out in front of you. You kind of have a direction of what you want to go do now, I guess. Obviously, you've got to start gathering provisions. Still a couple of places you could go look around to before you leave if you want. But for now that you are aware of the situation and you have met with a few contacts within the city itself, people are still kind of wary of you, but at least you have a little support. Is there anything else you guys would like to do right now?
Well, on our way back to where we're going, I would like to stop by the Protection League place.
Okay.
The Draconic Protection League, since it's right here.
It is a bit of a good walk, and you do make your way there. It is getting later in the afternoon at this point, but it does seem that there are still a couple of people there. And as you walk past this giant statue of this woman, you see that symbol. Well, no, you don't, Brad. Everyone else. You see the Draconic Protection League symbol that as it's emblazoned on the banners that are flowing in front of this place. This building is actually made out of stone, which is quite unusual. This beautiful white marble building that just seems to be in the middle of this metallic landscape. But as you approach the giant marble columns to the Silver Sands office of the Draconic Protection League, we will have to see what lays in store there next week. Or tomorrow, I should say. Because that is where we will end for tonight. So,
Next session, anyway. Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Cool.